see. Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy. Because I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Anyway the wind blows, nothing really matters to me. To me. Yeah. Hello my friends, today we're checking out a really cool plugin. I had so much fun with this plugin already, it's a little bit unreal. This is the new Waves Harmony. It's a harmonizer plugin and it has many features, but for me the most important thing is that it can do what I just showed you. So basically you can sing into it and then it can generate the harmonies according to what you play on your MIDI keyboard. Of course, this could be any MIDI that you have inside Cubase. It could be the chord track. I'm gonna show you all this. Of course, I always encourage singers to do their own harmonies. You can't replace that, so please don't think for a second that I think this is a replacement for proper background vocals, for harmonies and all these things. In the past, what I used to do was I had a Voice Live hardware box to do this. So Voice Live was really amazing and it was really a breakthrough back in the day. It could generate harmonies using MIDI. It could also auto-detect the harmonies. I was never using that feature. I always want to play the harmonies on my keyboard. I find that this is the proper way to do this, so I wouldn't let an algorithm do this for me. But that was the only way up to this point. I still have my Voice Live 2 pedal, which I use sometimes, and it's a little bit of a hassle to use. It's a little bit noisy. It's an old device. So I was really excited to see this new plugin from Waves. Now I'm going to link everything down below if you want to check it out. This is not a sponsored video. First things first, no money has changed hands, but if you use the link down below, you're supporting the channel. So thank you so much in advance. But wait and see how it works, and then you can make up your mind. You can also download the demo. Let me show you how I created this sound. Basically, all I have here is I have the plugin itself. As you can see, I have my vocal channel here, and I can activate it like this. And what I'm doing is I'm sending this to an effects channel. Of course, you can use it as an insert because as you can see right here, we can select how much of the lead vocal we're going to have and how much of the harmony. But if you want to have the most flexibility, I would use this plugin as an insert. So keep the lead vocal on its separate channel, and I would send this to an effects channel in Cubase. And in this channel, I would have my Waves Harmony. Now, one thing that I want to show you straight away is what you can do with it. First of all, you can generate notes, which like I said, is really cool. You can also have it play specific chords, so C major, you can change all these different things. You have the keys here, and you also have edit, so you can edit the notes that it's going to play. I'm going to be completely straightforward with you and say that I will probably never use these. I will always use the MIDI function, which is enabled by default. So you don't have to do anything to activate this. So what I'm doing here is I have my Waves Harmony plugin here, and I have created a MIDI channel in Cubase. So if you go here, select create a MIDI channel, that's all you need to do. And then what I'm doing here is I am sending this. If you see here on the list, we have Harmony Insert 1 Waves Harmony Stereo, which is what I have right here. I would always give it a good name so that you can find it easily. I can go here to my MIDI and go here, see, Waves Harmony Instance. And this way, I can now start triggering notes on this Waves plugin. My MIDI track is record enabled, and now I can start singing or have a vocal inside Cubase straight away, and I can immediately hear the result. So let me show you how this sounds, and I'm going to give you some tips because this is a really cool plugin. So I'm going to activate my vocal channel right here. I'm going to turn off my reverb, and now, as you can see, you hear only my voice, and I can go, hello. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh. So I can play harmonies in real time on the keyboard. It's very, very straightforward. And of course, you know, these are synthesized harmonies, so I would not have them completely up front. But what I like to do with this is get a modern sound, so I can just play this, hello, and then I have my quick controls in Cubase assigned to notes format, filter cutoff, and the spreader speed. And basically what I can do is I can just go here, reach out to my monogram, and immediately start controlling the format. Hey, hello, yeah, 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 yeah. It's a lot of fun. You can create this beautiful kind of modern pitch down format. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, one thing that I'm going to give you a tip about, I would do this every single time. I would probably save this as a default preset for this plugin. Would be to go here. As you can see, when I play the notes, you see they're all spread right here in the panorama. And the way to do this, at first I didn't realize that it was possible. And every harmony was ending up in the center. But what you can do is you can go to the spreader here. This is what spreads pretty much everything. It can spread the panning, it can spread the pitch, it can spread the format. So it can give you some really interesting variations. And you want to make sure that you go here, and as you can see I have the spreader here. So these are actually clickable. At first I didn't realize. It took me a while to realize how it works. But when you click on these, you can assign all these modulation sources to the panning, to the level, to the pitch, all these things. So you can actually say, I want to assign the panner here, and then you can select how much of spread you're going to get for the panning. So let me show you. Hey, see center, and then I'm opening this up. And over here, you can select how much panning you're going to get. Hey, this is number one if you want to create harmonies, because if they all end up at the center, they're going to sound a little bit cluttered. They're going to sound way, way more unnatural. I've talked about this on my Vari Audio video where I show you how to create harmonies in Cubase without any plugins. I'm going to link it right here. So check out this video, because if you have Cubase, you can do this. This is a more kind of immediate way that you can do this, and it actually works in real time, which I really enjoy. Now, I would use this to create harmonies. I would use this for vocoder effects. I would use this for crazy robotic effects. I would also like to go and add a little bit of delay. See? Again, tip that I show on the Vari Audio video. I just delay these vocals, and I can just filter them. Hey, so if you're using Cubase, quick controls are your friend. You can assign the most interesting controls, and you're going to have loads of fun with it. Now, what else have I done here? As you can see this pitch that moves a little bit here? It keeps moving. That's because I've assigned this modulation source, M1, to the pitch. So, hey, if I go more than this, you will see it's going to start sounding wobbly. Hey. So this can give you the sense of vibrato, which is really good. Hey. Very, very good. You can also have sequencer here. You know, I wouldn't go so far. I would go just one is fine, you know. And as you can see all the different notes right there. So, you know, even if you're not a singer, you can just create all those beautiful textures, and then you can remove your lead vocal, and you will have some really nice harmonies. This is extremely useful if you have a lead vocal, but you don't have access to the singer anymore, and you want to add some harmonies very quickly, and you want to experiment with different chords, you know. Really, really nice. And like I said, I would always put it in a separate channel so that you have control over this, because you can now add reverb separately to these harmonies. Now, some other things that are really cool, you have more modulation sources. You have an ADSR, and this ADSR by default controls the level of the harmonies. So if I do this, you will see that hey, hey, hey. See these balls that go down? Hey. If I go like this, I'm going to create some percussive sounds. Hey, 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 hey. So it's really interesting to create interesting effects. Another cool thing that you can do is you can use the other ADSR, and you can use this to add a little bit of pitch humanization. So if I go here and add ADSR number 2, you will see that I'm gonna get a little bit of, the voices are going to find the pitch a little bit later. So let me show you. Check this out. This is really cool. So, very, very straight. Now, these will do a slight glide. Check this out. You know what I mean? It's really beautiful, and you can change the curves, of course, and all these things. But you can really shape the way that the harmonies sound like. So there's a lot of room for humanization, and I'm just trying out this plugin right now. So all these ideas come to me as I go. So I'm pretty sure that down the line, in a few weeks, I'm going to have way more tricks when it comes to this plugin. So I can immediately go here and say I'm going to add the amplitude follower, and I think what's going to happen now is we're going to get a different pitch depending on the amplitude. Let's try this. Ooh. See, I'm holding the same notes, but the pitch changes depending on the amplitude, depending on how loud I sing. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. So see, you get all these shout kind of effects. Very good. If you want to recreate a crowd sound or something like this would be super cool. Now, if you're not a keyboard player and you want to use this plugin in Cubase, I have good news for you, because you can use the chord track. So let me show you. I have this little track here.
If I could fly, where would I go?
So I'm going to do the same thing, but instead of playing the notes on my keyboard, I'm going to use a chord track. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to add, let's say, an E flat major 7th, actually major 9th or the major 7th. And I'm going to have this MIDI track trigger the Waves harmony. Let's add some chords, A flats.
If I could fly, where would I go? If I could fly, where would I go?
All these chords are triggering Waves harmony. And now I can actually start tweaking the parameters. I'm going to do some crazy things so that you can hear what you can do with the modulation and everything. Let me show you.
If I could fly, where would I go? If I could fly, where would I go? If I could fly, where would I go?
So maybe I can make it so that when we have higher notes, we get a lower format. Let's try that one.
I could fly, where would I go? If I could fly, where would I go? If I could fly, where would I go? If I could fly, where would I go?
I think there are many things that you can do with this plugin to create very interesting background harmonies. And that's why I want to share this with you today, because I think it's really brilliant. It's lots of fun. So in the comments down below, let me know what you think about Waves harmony. So if you enjoyed this, hit the like button right now. Right now. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye. Anyway. just to me.